This week's all-new episode of Star Wars Rebels, or at least new for those people who don't live in a country where you can access Disney XD, but that's an argument for another day, is called Out of Darkness, and it opens with Ezra, Sabine, and Hera making a daring escape from a squadron of TIE fighters. It seems one of Hera's contacts, a guy named Fulcrum, which sounds like a fake name if I've ever heard one, has been sending them a stream of dubious intel, and now Sabine is starting to get suspicious. So suspicious, in fact, that she invites herself on Hera's next big supply run to try and get some answers. This is much more of a Sabine-focused episode, wherein we find out that she was once a stormtrooper cadet back on her home planet of Mandalore. Weird that she didn't bring this up in last week's cadet-centric episode, and that once upon a time she actually followed orders blindly that led to something very bad. We're never actually told what happened there, nor do we meet Fulcrum in this episode. Yeah, that's really Out of Darkness's biggest problem, you see. It asks a ton of really interesting questions, but doesn't really have any answers. The big focal point of the episode is Hera and Sabine getting stranded on a dangerous planet with a bunch of hungry monsters, mainly because Ezra and Zeb screwed up fixing their ship. These monsters, of course, favor the darkness and hate the light. Geez, where's Riddick when you need him? He could have sorted this shit out right away. This leads to some great and creative action scenes wherein the ladies get to show off their combat prowess. Actually, you know what? As I sit here and record this review, it hits me that we never really understood what the deal with the aliens were in this episode. Were they native to that planet? Were they supplied by something else? It looked like they were after a package, but then the episode never goes back and talks about it. Very weird. Eventually, the ladies manage to turn the tide of battle with the help of some explosive barrels. All the more reason why Rebels needs a video game tie-in right now. In the end, they get scooped up by the ghost, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. Out of Darkness is a fun little episode that grows the relationship between Hera and Sabine, much like Fight or Flight did for Ezra and Zeb. Sadly, it doesn't quite live up to its own potential. Not bad, but could have been much better in my mind. 7.5 out of 10.